Good morning, students. Today we are going to start Geography first chapter, Resource and Development.
Dear friends, you see, from beginning we are knowing the definition of resource that anything which is useful to us is considered as a resource. In class 10th, we are little bit enlarging the definition of resource by adding three things in that. First is technologically accessible, second, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable. We will try to understand these three facts. First, technologically accessible. All resources which we are using require some technology to access. Since beginning of the history, we are seeing that technology is changing very fast. For the use of the mobile phone, you can just see before 30 years, the mobile phone when it arrives, it was a big one. But now, with the access of the technology, everything we are finding in our mobile. So the accessibility of technology increase the use of resource. Second is economically feasible. Feasibility of the economy refers to the purchasing power. When the economies are divided into underdeveloped, developing, and developed, then in these three categories, all type of resources are differently used. Economically strong economies are using advanced technologies. Developing countries are less, and underdeveloped countries having very backward technology because of the economic situation. Now, the last thing is the culturally acceptance. Whether our culture is accepting the things or not. Culture, which is a way of life, it is not accepting the things quickly. The adoption of the things is slow process. We can see how the things are changing in the society, just like our students food habit. You can see, you can ask your grandparents about their food habits. They will tell you, in our times there was no use of fast food, the fast food which has become an integral part of our life. So this fast food had culturally acceptance slowly. So resources has changed, the food habit has been changed. So we are seeing everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs, provided it is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable. I hope that you can understand this thing. Now we will see how the things are transformed. The process of transformation of things available in our environment involves an interdependent relationship between nature, technology, and institutions. What is this three trio defines? We have to look through a diagram. We can understand this. You see, human being is in the core, and human being is interacting with nature with the help of technology for the institution. All of us, we are interacting directly or indirectly with the nature. When we are interacting with the nature, what is helping? The technology. The technology is the thing which is helping to interact and discover the things. And these all discoveries are for our institution. For the institution, we are trying to make our society more and more comfortable. We can see, so we can say that human being interact with nature through technology and create institutions to accelerate their economic development. Now we can see the classification of resource. Broadly, the resources are classified into natural and human. Natural resources are those which are found in the nature. We can divide the natural resource into two parts, renewable and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources are those which can be renewed, which can be reused. It can also divide into two parts, continuous like water, wind, which we are getting continuously. And second is biological. This biological resource again we are divided into natural vegetation and wildlife. Now come again up non-renewable resources which cannot be renewed, which cannot be recycled. We can also divide this into two parts, recyclable resource and non-recyclable resource. Recyclable resource we can include metals, and non-recyclable resource we can include fossil fuels. So students, these are the broadly classification of the resource. We had read almost classification and definition of the resource. Now one question several times asked in the board examination, whether resources are free gift of nature. It seems that when we are interacting with the nature, it found that everything we are getting free. And till the middle of the century, we are using the resources indiscriminately, thinking over that there is no end. There is no end of the resources. But this thought had led to indiscriminate use of the resources, which led to various type of pollution and degradation of the environment. So once it has been said that is resources a free gift of nature, our answer is no. Definitely no. These resources which we are getting from the nature are not free gift of nature, because we are using a lot of technology to take these resources from the nature. Human beings themselves are essential component of the resources. They transform the material available in our environment and use them as a resource. So you cannot say that the things which we are getting are free. We are using our talent, we are using our resources, we are using our human intelligence over it. So definitely the answer is no. Thank you.